South Africa has once again extended the controversial ZEP Extension Permit, which allows Zimbabweans living in South Africa to live and work legally. This was communicated by the Home Affairs Minister, Leon Schneider.
Hi guys, have you heard? There's breaking news. So Leon Schreiber announced yesterday, Leon Schreiber is the Home Affairs Minister, the DA Minister. He announced yesterday that he's extending the exempt permit of Zimbabweans by a year. So a Zimbabwean national who wishes to stay in South Africa, maybe who can apply for that permit. Maybe.
But this has met a lot of resistance, with groups like Operation Dudula and SA Action all taking a decision against it. But Zimbabweans living in South Africa are happy and overjoyed with this latest development, with the ZANU-PF party welcoming this move by government.
We share a very deep history with our South African brothers and sisters, so we do not consider South Africa as friends. We consider them as our brothers and sisters because of our shared common history, which has brought us to this day. As for the issue of the permits, we welcome anything that benefits our people. We welcome anything that benefits our citizens. So as to the reasons why this has been done, I cannot speak on behalf of the South African government, but we welcome this decision because it is a decision which benefits our people, and we are very grateful.
Employers in South Africa are also very happy, welcoming the move, calling it a good move that will help sustain employability in South Africa.
This is a difficult path that lies ahead for these employees and the employers. You know, one must remember these are good employees. These are many of them have established them in workplaces. They occupy positions of trust in seniority, and to replace them is extremely difficult. To replace an employee with skill, which you trust and which has a good attitude is very difficult. And you know, if you have a good employee, that actually creates employment. So this is a very unfortunate situation. If you keep in mind that these workers were lured to South Africa in 2009 prior to the World Cup for their skills, and we needed labor at the time in the hospitality industry and construction, and now 12 years later they have established themselves in South Africa, married, have children, established themselves in workplaces, and now we want just to throw them out of the country. And you know, the problem is it won't do anything to unemployment. This is not the problem. To put 180,000 employees out of the country won't solve South Africa's woes. If it was criminals, yes, it would have. But these are good people. So I think we make a big mistake. It is immoral what we're doing. We send people back to a country where there's no future. And the question is, why did we invite them to South Africa in the first place?
But here's the question shaking the street of Johannesburg and the walls of government. Will Operation Dudula and other anti-migrant groups sit down and allow this takeoff? For several years, this permit has been the lifeline of several Zimbabweans living, working, studying, and living their life in South Africa. Yet for others, it's a symbol of everything wrong with South African immigration and the cause of job loss, borders ignored, and government too afraid to say or do anything. And we ask a basic question: is this extension a sign of mercy or a time-ticking bomb for social unrest? If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel, share, and like the video.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
The Zimbabwean Exemption Permit is a permit that was issued by the South African government in 2009 to Zimbabweans living illegally or legally in South Africa to help and aid them work and live legally. Whilst they pay tax, they can also go about their normal duties without fear of being caught or being prosecuted or even being deported back to Zimbabwe. It started in 2009 with the original name ZEP and later ZSP. It later metamorphosed into ZEP. The program was introduced after Zimbabwe's economic and political crisis forced many Zimbabweans to move into South Africa. And since 2009, it has been extended multiple times, with the last extension being in 2005. But after this, many South Africans thought it was going to end there, especially at the time where several anti-migrant groups like Operation Dudula, March for March, SC Action Africa, and a number of them are chasing foreigners out, including Zimbabweans. In several instances, they force Zimbabweans out of their hospitals and even other social amenities. They've prevented them and severally asked them to go back and fix Zimbabwe.
If you know yourself that you're not South African, please stand up. Please stand up. Please don't try and stand up right now. Stand up. Sister, are you South African? Are you South African? Because we are going to check everybody. Check them. Please, if you're not South African, come with me. Come. Come with me. Come. You guys are not South African. Go out. You can go to Unjani, Block P there, or Mutila Hospital. Go. Hey, fast. Because Zimbabwe, you run fast and go to the border here. Hurry. Madam South African. If you know yourself what you do to South Africa, please stand up. If you know yourself that you're not South African, all these nurses and doctors, they are here for South Africans. Get them South Africa. Please stand up. Don't try us. What's that? You run past the border and again. From a foreign again.
You know, we pay tax. Is Zimbabwe paying South African government for your health care?
Sorry.
Mnangagwa is not paying anything. By South African, by association of black. I even like brothers to sisters. That's black.
Because live on they don't even yes. And the you know what happens?
Can you go and fix your problem with Mnangagwa? Go to Zimbabwe. You don't want to anymore.
So start making arrangements. Let me say this. Now, today, when you get home, start making arrangements for where are you going to get that baby from? Where are you going to deliver that baby? Because here you are not coming. Pretoria West, you are not coming.
In our government,
we don't want you anymore. Start making arrangements where you are going to deliver the child, because here we don't want to. Yeah, you can go into Ramaphosa's house. He will help you deliver the child.
No, leader, even Julius Malema.
Yeah, even Julius Malema. Wrong person. Are you not pregnant? Are you not using our facilities free? Are you not using our facilities?
But the South African human rights group are telling the government, or told the government, that ending the permit abruptly would displace several Zimbabweans who rely on this permit to live legally in South Africa. Several organizations, including the Employers Association, have also mentioned or spoke about the need for Zimbabwean workers in South Africa to be maintained, with so many individuals also sharing their opinion. One of them is the chairperson of Democratic Alliance. She has expressed opposition to expelling Zimbabweans from South Africa because, to her, they also contribute to the society of South Africa.
If you were to be in government tomorrow morning, what would you do with the foreign nationals that are undocumented and illegal in the country?
Well, first of all, we believe that the Zimbabweans who have been allowed to stay here on the ZEP permit, I think it's called.
There are 120,000 of us. They're not many.
Yeah, they should be regularized. I mean, they've been here for a very, very long time. And they've added huge value to our economy, massive value to our economy. And because they had that ZEP permit, and you can't just take it away from them. I mean, it's something that we don't support that. We don't believe it should be just taken away from them. We believe that you have to have proper laws, you have to have proper border patrols, and you have to build state capacity without corruption to administer them swiftly and properly. That's what we believe.
You would kick them out?
We're certainly not going to go rounding up people like concentration
That's what I'm
camps.
trying to understand.
No,
the
absolutely
nuts
not.
and bolts.
No,
Yes.
You've got to fix the system.
Yeah. But fixing the system when dealing with people that are already here, are two different things. They're already here, and you know where to find them because they have jobs. And
When people have lived in a country for a certain amount of time, they develop certain rights to be in a country. That happens. It works like that all over the world, and it depends on what the law says. For how long do you have to be in a country legally with the right documentation to get a job, to become a permanent resident or whatever else?
Let's talk about an illegal person who has no papers at all.
Well,
he paid a bribe at the border and has been here for 10 years.
Yeah, well, that's a serious matter, and people have to become legalized. I think what one would do would be to say you've got a certain amount of time to legalize your situation or face the consequences.
But how do I legalize? I'm already illegal. I'm afraid that by going to any official office, immediately I'll be caught out and I will be kicked out of the country.
Yeah.
That's why I'm curious to know what does the DA do with, I don't know, whether it's 5, 6, 7 million foreign nationals that are in South Africa illegally, whether they are white, black, pink, or they are Zimbabweans or Mozambican for that matter, or even Germans.
Yeah, well, you've got to fix the system, and it's going to take time. I don't think there are many Germans here illegally.
Well, I'm just throwing, because so it doesn't sound like we always talk about people from Zimbabwe in this regard.
But we want to make it easier for skilled people to come here.
Yeah.
Now, what I have found, and I mean, I can't generalize, but many of the Zimbabweans I know in South Africa are highly skilled and add a huge amount to the economy. Skilled people add more opportunities for unskilled people than they take away. So we want skilled migration to South Africa. We want people with skills who've got money and skills who've got entrepreneurial leanings, who will start businesses. That's what we want. That's how you grow the economy.
What do we do with the unskilled, which are equally as many?
Look, you can't go rounding up people and kicking them out. You have to go through a process of identifying who they are, determining their particular individual circumstances, and then following the law to deal with their circumstances. You can't make a generalized statement, we will kick everybody out or we will legalize everybody. You can't.
It's the Trump approach to things.
No, you can't. You can't take those extreme approaches in the real world. If you want to be a populist and a demagogue, you can say those kinds of things. But if you want to deal with real problems in the real world, you have to deal with individual issues. So, I mean, the best thing to do would be to say, let's find out who these people are. Let's find out where they are. Let's find out what value they're adding. Let's find out what the individual circumstances are. Let's find, did they try to legalize their situation? Was it inefficiency from Home Affairs? Was it corruption from Home Affairs? It's a big job. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, it's years of
work. But you know, it's years that has caused this mess. That's why I say when the DA gets into government, the first term, we try to stabilize the finances and appoint the right people in the right positions who can do the job. Then you say, okay, what's the next step? And the next step. It takes 20 years to build a Cape Town.
Now, my take on the whole story. So what I think that it was unnecessarily extending the ZEP extension permit. This is because Zimbabweans are no longer in war or fighting again. The country is normal. And the timing is a very wrong timing. It comes at a time where so many anti-migrant groups are rising up daily. We have Operation Dudula and a number of exemptions like the Patriotic Alliance, Action SA, March for March, and a number of them now even competing for superiority, now competing to see who is the boss. Now, extension this time when these people are also fighting and kicking Zimbabweans out of South Africa, it's not going to do anything but give Zimbabweans the right and authority to rub it in the face of South African, which may lead into further troubles or escalation. So therefore, the time of the extension is wrong, even though the extension may not necessarily be wrong. Now, if you are a Zimbabwean and in South Africa, what should you do? Number one, still keep your cool and your calm. Avoid going to rubbish it in the face of South Africans.
And the footy, niti, we are here to enforce. We are here to make sure EPE Operation Dudula, as the Minister of Home Affairs, Leon, extends permits, the exemption of permits for Zimbabwean up to what? Is it what? 2020 what? EP Operation Dudula. I dare Operation Dudula to go and confront him. Dudula, I'm a foreigners. These are the people. Yeah. The lawmakers. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about it. The only thing you know, Nama foreigners at the bottom of the food chain that cannot stand or defend himself. Go and confront him. The people that hold the power, that have the power, I dare Operation Dudula. Let's go.
Because if you do, they are still going to fish you out, because severally they've kicked people out of the hospitals, the schools, and everything is working normally for them without the authority of authorities to even stop them. So if you're a Zimbabwean, this is not the time to jubilate. This is not the time to face them, because if you do, you will be smiling on the wrong side of your mouth. Now, to Operation Dudula and other anti-migrant groups, it's a good step trying to take it to court, allowing the court to judge. But even if the decision doesn't go your favor, I believe it's better to respect your court and not take actions which would lead to the bad name of South Africa. My name is Kweku Abrante. If you love this podcast, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like the video. It's a wrap for today.